Hello, happy Friday everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my sewing room. It's Friday Sews. So Friday Sews is just a kind of a community. If you're not already looking, there's others that do a video called Friday Sews. It's a little bit of life, a little bit of sewing, a little bit of everything's on the table here. So this is my latest episode of Friday Sews. And let's get into it. I want to share a little sewing project I did this week. So I got a new golf cart, new to me, and I'm so excited about it. It is just the funnest thing ever just to ride around in. And one of the things is in the summer, I like to wear summer dresses, and when I sit down, my legs might touch the seat and ow, it could be hot. So I started looking at how to cover a golf cart seat. And this was the most common one. It just basically has two holes for the handles, and then it just drapes over the seat. And I thought, well, that would be easy to make. You know, I've covered way harder things than that. So I just decided to make it up on my own. And I went out and measured, and I decided where my hole was going to be. And I looked on Etsy, and I found one that was selling one. And I compared my measurements to hers, and they were pretty much the same. Exactly. So I made my first version out of some leftover fabric from my trailer glamper makeover. If you haven't seen it, this fabric is front and center in my camper. And so I had some left over, and I made my first one. And it just basically looks like that. I already want to make another one because this one didn't turn out perfect. I'm not a perfectionist, but maybe a little bit, because sometimes things just bug me when they're not, when it could have been better, right? So here's what I will tell you. I cut out the thing, and it looked like this was going to be like one of the easiest projects I've ever done, because it just cut it out and sewed it together. So I cut it out, right sides together, sewed it all the way around, knowing I was going to have two big holes to pull it through to turn it right side out, right? That part was true. That worked great. So the holes became the problem because I didn't know how I was going to finish it. I definitely felt like a bias tape was the way to go. So then suddenly I'm like, I don't have anything that goes with this fabric, and I'm looking on how to do the bias tape, you know, the continuous bias tape with 1 yard of fabric, that kind of thing. And so I did do that, and totally messed it up and ended up with a bunch of straps. I totally messed it up. I just want to do it again and do it right, because I need that feeling that I did it right, but I used it anyway. And then I go to put it on, and I had my holes cut in little rectangles, and I thought, well, I need to learn how to do a corner, an inside corner. So now I'm watching videos how to do an inside corner, and I'm like, well, obviously I can figure that out, but it's like, I just didn't want to. Like, I was feeling like, I just want to be done with this. I didn't really want to learn how to do the corner. So I thought, ding, 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 so many of those pictures, the corners were round. And I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. I don't have to do the corner. I'm just going to round them. So I just reached in and trimmed them. And next time I'll make them even more, a little bit more roundy, so they'll lay flatter. So I was like, solve that problem right away. And so the only thing I would change next time is rounder corners. And I want more space on the seat. At least 2 inches, because it just doesn't go far enough for me. So I'm going to show you a picture of my golf cart wearing her little golf cart seat cover. Doesn't that look good? So some of my considerations were, the seat's comfortable, it's cushy. My cover does not need any cushions or quilting or any of that. It just needs to cover it so that my legs don't get hot on the seat. Number 2, no stickers. I had thrown a beach blanket, a beach towel on it just for using, and the dog jumps up there, and the stickers, it was bad. So every fabric I looked at, I'm like, it has to be something that stickers won't stick to. And this is outdoor fabric, indoor outdoor, from the trailer, and stickers aren't going to stick to this. I'm pretty sure. I will let you know. So I'm going to go to Joann's this afternoon, and I'm going to buy some more fabric. I'm going to make another one. You know, I need a spare. What if something happens to this, you know, and it gets dirty? It is the same on both sides, so it's reversible. So So that's that. It could get dirty and it wouldn't matter. So, okay. I'm in my mind. I'm in my head. Do you ever get in your head and you're like, should I tell this story? It makes me look bad. But you guys don't care, so I'm going to tell you. This reminded me, this reversible, of when I was a high schooler. When I was in high school, I had a job at Shoney's restaurant in the South. And we wore a little like dress, button-up dress, and then we had like an apron that was the same in the front and the back. And I was in high school. I didn't want to do lots of laundry and keep my apron super clean, so I could just flip it over. And the dirt, like all that hot fudge cake was on the other side. Flip it. And that just when I flipped this over, I just remember flipping my apron over so I could get more wear out of it before I had to wash it. You didn't need to know that. That was a long time ago. I would not do that now. I was a kid. I might have to cut that out of the video. I don't want to make myself look that bad. But I kind of still am that person who just wants a shortcut, hence not wanting to do the harder corners. Although I do think that's a skill I need to have. So, I don't know. I might figure it out for the next one, or I might do roundy every time. But I love this. I might have a whole wardrobe of these before you know. Never know. I'm not making one for the back seat because, number one, hardly ever is it going to get used. And two, I think it would just get in the way as it's flipped back and forth from flatbed to seat. So that's one of the cool features of my golf cart. So before I leave the sewing section of this talk, I want to say that I follow lots of people that sew on Instagram. Are you on Instagram? Come find me on Instagram. I post every day. So if you want to be in touch every day, is that too much? No. Come back. I like to just see what everybody's doing every day. And one of the ones I follow is Tomcat Stitchery. Whitney, don't you just love her? Oh my gosh. She just seems like she'd be everybody's bestie. Wouldn't she? She's so sweet. So she modeled the new Love Notions dress with the peasant top. It's a top and a dress. And I've been wanting a peasant top and I want that. So I've already bought it. It's on my list to make. I probably will make that after my trip. Because here we go again. You know how you live for, oh, I'll do this after this event coming up. So I have a trip coming up once a year. All our girlfriends take our trailers up to the lake and we stay for a whole week. And so that's next week. I was talking to my girlfriend and she's like, we leave next week. And I'm like, wait, what? We leave next week? Because it was always way in the distance. And now it's next week. And now it is next week. I have so much to do. And since I'm bringing the golf cart, this just seemed like it was definitely for the trip. So now I'm in my mindset of, well, that'll have to wait until after this trip. That'll have to wait until after this trip. So there we are. That's kind of summer, right? Oh, I can't wait for this trip. We've had so much fun every year. And I want to share it with you, but I'm with people. And I don't share people because they don't give permission to be publicized. So I'm going to try and film around everybody and just show you what we do and put a little video out because it's so fun. We'll be kayaking, we'll be playing Mexican Train, which is dominoes, and we could play that for a whole day and night, literally. I don't know what's wrong with us, but we love it. And it's beautiful and it's just fun. The bonding is fun. I mean, we just had the best time. So I'm really looking forward to that. So the Love Notions dress will wait. However, I want to tell you that Whitney with Tomcat Stitchery has a discount coupon. Okay, I looked it up. It's 10 Whitney. That's the discount. You get 10% off. I don't have a discount code of my own, so that's hers. Use hers. And hey, you know, it saved me like $1.50 or something close to that. So I don't know. Anywho, $1. Hey, that's my dollar. I'll keep it. Okay, so that's the sewing. That's all my sewing. Now let's talk personal. I have too much to tell you, so I'm just going to tell you some top ones. I've been showing you my greenhouse all spring and into the summer, and it had to go to a screeching halt because hubby discovered a big, huge tree stump right at the door. Right at the door. Like, I can't even walk in. I'd have to crawl around. It's like I don't even want to. So he's been wanting to do this himself with his brother, and they tackled it yesterday. and it is done. And it just looks like it was never there. It's just a path to the greenhouse, like that was never there. It's almost like misleading to me that it was there, because I don't believe it was there. Now it's just not there. I just feel like something's missing in my fix-it brain, like I'm gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do. Well, that's not there anymore, and that was a big one. So now I want to get things going in the greenhouse, but you know what? It's gonna have to wait until after my trip. I have too much to do. So that is a biggie.
Oh, we're going to destroy some chainsaw blades today, digging this thing out because it's going to hit dirt and it's going to find rocks. But it'll be the first attack.
Okay, well, good luck.
Yeah.
Stump at this point. Okay, what do you have to say?
I'm stumped. Man against nature triumphs again, thanks to Mike's brutal saw. But yeah, a little bit of axe work and some chainsaw, it's gone.
Woohoo!
Time to fill in.
Time to fill in and have a path finally. No more bomb.
No more bomb.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, thank goodness the stump's out.
Man against stump.
Yes.
Over. Man
Yeah.
wins.
I was
Stump
not-
loses.
I was not stumped.
You were not stumped?
So this is the first shovelful going back to
It's like an inaugural.
inaugural shovelful. There we go. Boom.
Yahoo!
Now we just got to fill it back in.
No more bomb hole.
No
I'm
bomb
so
hole.
excited. And just like that, I can walk to the greenhouse. Before I couldn't possibly, it was right there in front of it. This is exciting. So another big problem that's been weighing on my shoulders for a long time, you already know this saga of my website, because I have a blog. It's the silliest little blog, it's nothing to it, but I have my own website that hosts this blog. And all I wanted was a pop-up window that said sign up for my newsletter and a way to send a newsletter. I don't have a newsletter, but that's next. So I went to my host and they got me going through a whole bunch. Oh, they could fix it. Oh, they could do it. And it didn't. No, it didn't. So I ended up hiring, this is kind of interesting, so stay with me here. I ended up hiring a guy on Fiverr. Do you know what Fiverr is? It's F-I-V-V-R. It's either 2 V's or 2 R's. But you can hire people to do all kinds of stuff. And all I wanted was this little pop-up window, and I just went and found somebody. He had good reviews, and he said he could do it, so I hired him, and he did it. But then I said, but it doesn't work with the, the mailing people that do the mailing. And he's like, for another $40, I'd be happy to do that. And I'm like, I thought that was included, but whatever. Yes, do it. So he does it. And then he's like, your website needs a redesign. Now I'm talking to this guy. We actually spoke on Zoom. It's kind of like talking on the phone. And he's in Bangladesh. Super nice guy. And he did a really nice job with my website. But I did want to change a few things. And so we're trying to talk back and forth. And he says, well, my internet is not dependable right now because my country is having some problems. And I'm like, what's going on in Bangladesh? So, oh my gosh, it's bad. They threw out their prime minister. Poor guy, the internet's in and out, and he's just dealing with all that, trying to do websites for people. So the world is smaller thanks to the internet, and we're all seeing, the effects of things. But pray for the people in Bangladesh as well as anyone else that's also having violence in their places, and just be grateful that we don't have it here in my town. But he did finish my website, and I was able to make the changes that makes it look the way I want. I'm not sure I like it still, but it has a pop-up window, and you can sign up for my newsletter that hasn't been decided how it's going to go yet, but I will be doing a newsletter. I'm thinking quarterly, and I'm looking forward to that because I do love to write. That's why I like to blog. And so I'm finally going to do my giveaway for my 20,000 followers on YouTube. And I have an Etsy gift certificate for $25. And you know, that could buy you a piece of fabric or part of a nicer piece of fabric. So if you'd like to enter and you'd like to support me by coming on and asking for my newsletter, go to my website, farrellfocus.com, and sign up for the newsletter with your email. Does anybody do email anymore? I do. So I'm excited to write my first newsletter. I haven't done that yet, so that'll be coming after the trip. But I just can't believe that's done because there were so many moments where it was broken. Every time I tried to fix my website myself, I broke it. It was like, boom, it was all messed up. And it's finally fixed and I know how to work it. And it's like I had these two problems. The greenhouse website, they were just like weighing on my mind, was filled with fixing, and it's just gone. And the absence of those two problems is like kind of mind-boggling for me. So I don't know what to say. Do I need to look for something new to fix? I am so excited about that. So I would really love to see you come sign up for the newsletter. I'm looking forward to creating something really cool. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So next up is the big trip, and we're going to the lake with our friends. We do this every year, and we take our trailers and we have such a good time. And our families come and go, little people come to visit us, and we have some dinners together, some not, and sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. We've had a close call with a fire one year, and I mean, we've had a lot of fun memories up there. We've all had different trailers over the years, and we're going to go kayaking a lot, and we're going to go riding around in my golf cart. I got to figure out how to get it up there. We're going to have to rent a trailer, and we're going to play a lot of Mexican train and just sit around and visit. So I'm going to try and film this year stuff around the camping trip because I can't include people. I don't film people to put on my channel because they don't give permission for that, and I wouldn't ask them to. And when you're camping, that's not when you look your most dolled up, right? I don't mind, but they might. So I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to try and film around it. I'll show you our camp places and how we decorate our camp spots and stuff like that. So I wanted to do that last year and I never did. So this year, I'm going to try harder. So what have you got? Are you doing any last minute summer plans? Or, you know, maybe summer's over for a lot of people because school's going back in session, and then what, no more summer even though the weather's still nice? You know what? Us people without kids, we like that. Go ahead, stop being summer, and then we have everything to ourselves. If we go to a campground in like September, it's empty because everyone's back in school. So I'm all for that. Go for it. Do that. Okay, I guess that's it. I've talked too much. It's time to turn this thing off and put it together so you can watch it, and I will see you in the comments. Please leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe. Really helps my channel grow with YouTube. They like that. They think you like it if you subscribe and hit the like button. And if you leave a comment, it's even better. They have a robot that determines these things. You know how that is. So thank you so much when you do that, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye now.